From the 10 gig speed and the silent operation to the low price, the OMADA 10 gig switch proves to be a worthy upgrade. After searching various brands such as Netgear, Ubiquiti and refurbished Cisco switches, I decided to go with the OMADA 8-port SPF Plus switch, as it has a lot of features and the price is right. This OMADA switch has 8 10 gig SPF Plus ports. In the box, it comes with the manual, a serial cable for terminal connection, and a standard power cable that is about 6 feet in length. It also comes with 4 rubber feet for desktop placement and 2 server rack brackets, if you are planning on mounting this to a server rack. This switch uses SPF Plus ports, which means that you can use whichever connection type you want. Just get the correct brand and transceiver type. If you're not familiar, there are 3 types: a 10 gig base transceiver, a direct attached copper, or a fiber transceiver. This switch is not picky with the brand of the transceivers. I've tested it with the brand 10 gig Tech and another generic brand transceiver and a direct attached copper cable, and they all work flawlessly. The switch is passively cooled with a large heatsink, so it is completely silent, which makes it a perfect switch for anyone who plans on using it at a close distance. It can take both 110 volts to 220 volts power source. It sips power during operation, drawing only 6 to 7.5 watts under load, with 4 of the ports occupied. Other features include IP/MAC port binding, ACLs, DHCP snooping, DOS protection layer 2, 3, and 4, quality of service for prioritizing voice and video traffic, IGMP snooping for multicast optimization. There are many more features that I can spend hours talking about, but I will simply put a link to the product page of the switch, so that if you are interested, you can go check it out. One of the first things to do after plugging in the power is to connect to it. You can use either the console via the RJ45 port, the micro USB port, or an Ethernet connection. Since I'm not familiar with terminal management, I decided to set it up using a direct connection to it from my computer via an Ethernet cable by setting my connection to static. Launch a browser and enter 192.168.0.1 into the address bar, and it should put you to the switch's login page. The default user and password is admin and admin. The switch will force you to change the default password before allowing you to enter the management console. The password does have a character limit of 64 characters. The general setup includes giving your switch a name and a time zone. Depending on your own home network setup, you can reserve an IP for the switch using your gateway, or you can set the switch itself to a static IP. I opted to set it up with a static IP. You can do this by navigating to L3 Features tab, then Interface. Set it up here, then click Add. This process of setting up a static IP for this switch is definitely a bit more cryptic compared to other switches I've used in the past. It took me a while to figure this step out. Now revert back your static IP to DHCP on your PC network settings. Once you are done with the initial setup and giving it a static IP, you can now plug it directly into your home network setup. Once it is up and running, you can access it via the static IP that you set up from the previous step. I ingest a lot of footage for editing, so I thought it was about time I upgrade my home network to 10G. The goal is to keep all my footage on my server and edit directly off of it instead of transferring the videos to my PC and edit it locally. This would save a lot of time waiting for hundreds of gig of data to transfer back and forth. The Switch is capable of negotiating down to 1 gig and 2.5 gig speed, depending on the device connected to it. What you're seeing right now is the transfer speed at 2.5 gig speed, and this is the speed test when using the 10 gig transceiver on my PC. As you can see, transferring 140 gigabyte of data takes only a few minutes. Please keep in mind that your server needs to have hard drives with speed fast enough to keep up with the sequential write speed, or you will be bottlenecked by the speed of your hard drives. I was also able to record videos directly to my server using OBS. With this new 10 gig setup, I was able to record multiple hours of videos straight to the server at 1440p resolution without any issues. This OMADA switch is everything I can ask for in a 10 gig switch. It is silent during operation and does not produce a lot of heat. The price is definitely attractive for what it offers. There is also a bigger brother to this switch with double the bandwidth and the ports. However, for a small production like mine, the 8 ports is more than enough. The only thing to keep in mind is that the use of the transceivers will be additional cost. Depending on the type and the distance required when you're using the 10 gig base T variant, it can cost quite a bit. The 30-meter rated transceiver can be had for less than $30, but the ones that goes up to 80-meter will cost easily upward of $40+ per transceiver. So if you are looking at using this SPF Plus switch, do keep in mind these additional costs. I hope you enjoy watching this project, and if this video was helpful to you, please hit that like button so that YouTube can recommend it to more people. Also, if it's not too much trouble, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments, and I will get to it as soon as I can. With that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.